What up, y'all? It's your man ES the Herman Star back again, flipping the hair, but yeah. Shout out to everybody out there with long hair and the bald folks out there. What up, little bills? I'm sorry. Anyways, I am here to do the Scorpio full moon reading. As you can tell, I'm in a good mood because the sun is coming out now. So yeah, funny how that works. Sun is out, I get in a whole silly mood. But anyways, I'm here to do the full moon and Scorpio reading for the sign of Aquarius. So if you have Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising like me, this is for you. What is happening, my high risers? So before I get into the reads, you're the last read. The last sign I'll read for today. I did this for the previous two reads as well. Before I get into the tarot and then the oracle after that, I will detail what the Scorpio full moon is, how it's relative to your sign, and then we'll get into whatever messages the spirit has for you, again, for tarot and oracle. So what this full moon in Scorpios is about, essentially, is taking back your power, expressing your power. Also realizing where you are lacking in power, where you're over, not just lacking in power, but where you're abusing your power as well. Now, Aquarius is being an air sign, you guys are very much, can be a very much, I won't say can be, I would say a shadow side is not be too much rooted in reality. More so rooted in, and when I say not too much rooted in reality, I mean in the sense that, your reality is trying to make, trying to live the fantasy life that you want, being up in the air, being up in space, the spacey living, right? Whereas, with this situation here, this full moon here, I think that it will best serve Aquariuses to be a little more grounded. I won't say be as grounded as a Virgo or any other earth sign, but be a little more grounded in what you can control, okay? And don't go based off of, because I don't like what's going on in this lower plane, this lower level, you know what I'm saying? I don't like what's going on in Wormville. Wormville is my nickname for, the planet. So just, whatever. I don't like what's going on in Wormville. So because I don't like what's going on in Wormville, I'm just going to go in the air. Peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out of here. I'm going to fly away. Fla la 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 la. Right? All that stuff. But spend a little bit of time in Wormville. Spend a little bit of time in Wormville today. During, even just, during this full moon. Until the next full moon even. Or quarter moon. Whatever. Right? Spend a little time in Wormville and take care of business here. Control the things you have here. Therefore, when you want to get back to, outer space and be the high riser that you are, you can do so without worrying about the situations of Wormville. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, I'm not losing anybody. If I am, it is what it is. I'm just being myself. You know what I'm saying? Virgo didn't get chose today, but how this affects Virgos is we just gotta be ourselves unconsciously, That's for anyone who has Virgo in your chart. And that's a small little reading for y'all, even though y'all didn't get chose today, all right? Anyways, we're about to get into the tarot. If you have, I don't know what I was about to say. What I really wanted to say was, I guess if you have questions, as far as a personal read, you're able to book that with me by sending me an email. You can find my email in the description box below if you have an email. If you don't, I suggest you get one. They're free. You can get one from Gmail, Proton Mail, some other platforms that don't sponsor this channel, so I'm not going to shout them out. But, yeah. get yourself an email, because that's the only way we'll keep in contact. So shoot me an email, and yeah, get that personal read if you want to. I would not reach out to you, so if anyone is claiming to be me reaching out to you, it is not me. All right. We start with the Sun card in reverse. So this is someone who lacks confidence. Ugh. Aquarius, why are you lacking confidence, folks? Ugh. But no, the other part of my message that I wanted to say to y'all was there are Aquarius. I feel as though there's an Aquarius out there, and that really doesn't give themselves permission to be free. Now, when I say, again, when I was talking to the Aquariuses and I was saying things like, spend some time, be more down to earth, try to be more down to earth. It's simply to just say, hey, try to have a balance of who you are, who you naturally are, and being more conscious about the world around you instead of just, well, it doesn't affect me, or, well, it's not something that I personally will partake in, and therefore I don't give a fuck about it, right? Be less, about that during this time, at least. That's what I was saying. But then there are some Aquariuses out there who can't even do that, who can't even do, what the Aquarius is known for. And again, it's being very much, not just authentically you, but very much in your own world. Whether you call it Wormville, whether you call it the high-rise land, whether you call it whatever it is to you, right? It could just be named after you, whatever your name is, right? There's Aquariuses who can't do that. And I see a situation here where this is a weird read for y'all, but I'm going to do it anyways, where you have the Sun in reverse, because there's an Aquarius out there. This is definitely not for every Aquarius. This is for those who are going through something like this, where you don't necessarily see yourself. There could be situations where you don't see yourself identifying with other Aquariuses, because you don't see yourself as confidently as your brothers and sisters in the high-rise land do. You don't really have that confidence, and because of that, I feel like you don't see you have all these desires in life, as far as from what I'm seeing here. I think this is very much specific to an Aquarius or a couple who need to hear this. General read still, but these cards that I got here with this is oddly specific, I will say. So I feel as though it's not applicable for everybody with Aquarius in their chart. Appreciate you if you're still watching at this point. But if it's not for you and you're like, this ain't for me, I totally understand. But I'm sure there's an Aquarius reading that I have done that is for you. So we'll check the Aquarius playlist and have at it. Okay? Hit that like before you leave. Anyways. Your next card is the Ten of Cups. This is a beautiful card right here. This is why I say that, this is one of the cards I say that I feel as though you have a bunch of fantasies in life of things you want to do, and the lack of confidence that you have in yourself is getting in the way of, or can get in the way of all of what you fantasize about. I think you fantasize about having a stable home. It's a card of domestic happiness, stability, stable home, all that. This is something you desire. But again, that Sun in reverse is someone who lacks the confidence to even exude that. And, yeah. I don't know what to tell. I mean, I'm glad I got the Oracle cards here. We still have 2 more cards in the Tarot deck, so we'll continue. But I'm glad I got the Oracle cards here, because honestly, other than me telling you to be confident because I feel as though you should be. I don't know what else to say to get you to want to be confident enough for you to get what you desire in life. Because a traditional, if that sun card was upright, this would look like an Aquarius in their, you know, their natural higher form. Someone who can be very much dreamy, but they have the confidence. They dream big because they have the confidence in themselves to actually get the things that they want in life. So if they want that family, they're not going to say, but I'm not pretty enough. I'm not, you know, husband and wife material enough. I'm not this. They say, I am that. I am that already. So if I want that big, happy family, that happy wife, happy husband, happy whatever, I will get that because I already exude that. The next card is the death card. Now, this is not you dying. The death card does not symbolize you death, like physical death. It's new beginnings. It's transformation. And I see this here, and I love it because it's like this is what needs to change within yourself. This is what you need to kill off, that self that tells you for whatever reason you're not good enough to have the things that you fantasize in life. You fantasize of having in life. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Your last card as far as the tarot goes is the Eight of Wands. This is also sudden change as well. Coming right after the death card too. So this is real big change energy where I feel as though this reading is, I'm going to take responsibility because I am. And what you going to do? Nope. I'm not going to be threatening folk. I'm going to take responsibility because I want to. It's simple as that. But what I'm saying here is I think this reading is going to flip a switch for an Aquarius. I believe that. I truly believe that it's going to flip a switch for an Aquarius out there for them to finally start to express their confident selves, to finally get into this mode that they need to get into. Now, I'm not taking full responsibility for you. I'm not taking not even a percentage. I said I'm taking responsibility for this video, of course, because I did it. You know what I'm saying? It's me up in here. I'm doing the read, all that stuff. But my cards, all that. Me. You know what I'm saying? But as far as getting this ball rolling, ultimately is your decision. As with everything. With you, with every other sign, it's your decision at the end of the day whether you want to tap into the energy or not. My role in all of this is to simply read the cards and tell you what they mean, what the universe is saying to you. Whatever you decide to do is your decision. All right. That's the tarot right here. And yeah, we're getting into the oracle side now, but before I choose a card, I would like to remind you to please hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe. And thanks to those who've been subscribing, liking as well. Really appreciate that support. If you would like a personal read, you are able to book that with me. Once again, card just fell out. That will be your card. Yes, it will. If you would like a personal read, you're able to book that with me by sending me an email. You can find my email in the description box below. Just know that there are scammers out there, so if anyone is reaching out to you pretending to be me, it is not me. Yeah, check out the podcast link down there, all that good stuff, all right? So your card today is Walking Unscathed. Ooh. Interesting card. You are fortunate. Trap was laid out for you, but you were too smart to fall for it. This is holy. It's my first time getting this card. I did not know this card was a part of the deck. I'm not gonna So when I open a deck, aside from the tarot, because obviously I know what's in the tarot deck, but like when we're talking about these types of decks, like clarifier decks or oracle cards, things of that nature, I don't go through every card in the deck. I don't be counting them just to see if I really got 80 cards or however many damn cards in the damn deck. I just open the cards up and you know what I'm saying? Like I read them, I use them when I feel called to use them, and I use them when I want to. With that being said, I've never seen this card before. It's not a card I get. There's a bunch of cards in this deck I've never seen as far as when I've done readings. But this is interesting, man. Like, I'm going to read it again. Walking unscathed. You are fortunate. Trap was laid out for you, but you were too smart for it all. Maybe it was the trap of... some devil, and yeah, I'm going to use that. I was trying to think of what word to use, but I'm going to settle on devil. Some devil tried to make you feel like you ain't shit. The devil tried to make you feel... Oh, I fucked up the quote already, but like... forget that brother's name. Rest in peace to him. But he was... pretty much the devil tried to make you feel like you ain't shit. Like you ain't nobody, right? And devil almost had you. But... you are too smart. You're like, hold on, nah. You ain't getting me. You're not getting me. Like, I am worthy of what I desire. And I think that's what this card is showing here. Like, where it's like, like, there was a moment where the devil, and the devil could, be spiritually or somebody else. You got some haters. I'm sure you got some haters. You're an Aquarius. Of course, you got haters. But, like, some haters try to make it seem as though you weren't worthy of getting what you desire in life. But, you are able to not allow their BS to drown you out. And you're like, nah, I deserve it all. You know what I'm saying? I deserve, again, from what I'm seeing here, this happy family. I deserve what I want in life. And the changes will happen with these cards. Definitely the double change energy, the double sudden change energy. You have the death telling you to dead that mentality. You have the Eight of Wands once again saying change that quickly. And then the cherry on top, you have the walking man or walking unscathed. This individual just casually walking. It seems like a fire, like the orange and white shadow, I guess, or whatever on it. I don't know. That could be the wall just painted that way. But I see this and I'm like, this is a man who walked out of a burning building. He didn't crawl out. He didn't get carried out. He walked out of a burning building. No ashes, no soot, no burns, nothing. He just, okay, they tried to burn me alive, bet I'm walking out. I'm gonna show them they the trap they have for me didn't affect me at all. Look at me walking out this burning house. Yeah. Another day in Wormville. Anyways, this has been your read for today. If you got anything of value from this read, you're able, but it's your choice. But please, no. Hit that like button if you're able to hit the like button. If you're not, then tell me, because YouTube's fucking with my algorithm if that's the case. So hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. If you would like a personal read, you are able to do that as well by sending me an email. You can find my email in the description box below. Check out the other link down there, my podcast link. Yeah. There is that. I want to thank you for trusting me for being your intuitive reader for today, or at least one of your intuitive readers for today. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, until next video, you see me when you see me. Take care.